So I had episode 3 all ready to go, but I accidentally deleted the original footage. So let me explain how that happened real quick. Basically, I just had all the files that I recorded in the project on my video editor. Apparently, I still needed the files for the video, for my video editing. I didn't know that previously, and I deleted the original footage because the original footage was like taking very much space on my hard drive. Like each episode takes like 100 gigabytes to make, and I don't really have that many to spare. Unfortunately, I can't really show you guys everything I did, so I'm gonna give you guys like a quick rundown. So I decided to make some farms for Pokemon the pasture block, and I figured out that I can evolve Duraludon by getting the metal ally that it drops. And once I get Oculodon, it drops iron, and I ended up getting like 10,000 iron. I also made this. This is supposed to be an apricorn farm. Like produces apricorn passively. Looking back on it now, I probably should have put it in a different kind of area rather than like something somewhere I put before. Because like I put it in a inactive kind of area on the server, so it didn't really produce that much. Finally, we have this berry farm. This can farm like pretty much all the berries in the game. It's not very hard to make actually. So this is just all the whetstone, the observers, the observers and the droppers. Put them together like a whetstone signal like this. It should get it. You have to put shields in it too. One thing you should do is put chests here. Put harbors behind those chests, so you don't have to collect these. And obviously you want to like block this all off, so it can actually like collect the berries. You don't have to make it like this. I personally just put a glass here and some like stairs. So like mine looks like this. You will see that in episode 4 hopefully. One thing I want to point out is that I actually got 2 new items, Mega Keystone and a Mega Stone. And I ended up getting Mega Boss Lass, which is like one of the newer megas that came out. So without further ado, let's get on to the video. Since I dealt with Brock last episode, we're gonna start with Misty. So this is the footage I managed to recover from all the footage I had, because this is part of the replay mod. So all the battles are gonna be the replay mod. I think some things to note for this battle was Misty Stormy, because Misty Stormy is actually like the most threatening Pokemon on the team, because it's pretty fast and it has a good ability. So that was kind of hard to deal with, but after that, she pretty much went down. So Lieutenant Surge was probably the hardest one to face, because of the fact that I don't have any ground types. If I were to go back and do this battle again, I probably would switch Rotom to be Rotom Fan. The reason I beat this battle is because I had Sewer Lich with a choice band, and I was spamming Flame Charge. And I ended up using Eevee with Sand Attack and switching to Rotom for Confuse Ray in order to win this battle. Erica was probably the easiest gym leader for me to face. The only problem is that her Roserade has Focus Sash, so she keeps healing on it. Other than that, Switch did a good job with dealing with her potions, and the rest of my Pokemon could clean up her team very well. So by this point, I had to learn Swords Dance. So now he's my sweeper for most of these gyms. He also gets, I think, Better Blade, which is its signature move, a fire type move that can heal him, which makes him much better because it can probably put a focus sash on him and heal and potentially set up even more. As you can see, the Sword Stance strategy works very well against Sabrina. I feel like Village is pretty much the MVP for this entire gym challenge. Surprisingly, of all people to give me the most trouble, it's probably Blaine. He has diverse typings and good moves against all of my Pokemon. I was able to use Milotic for a lot of its Pokemon. He has a Typhlosion with the hidden power water, but I think it's bugged because it's not doing very effective damage, so I was able to set up and defeat the rest of his team. So finally we have Giovanni. This is the fight where we get to see Mega Frostlass. And the main point about this team is to be the snow team. Because with the move Blizzard, it has 70% accuracy. So Blizzard will always hit Pokemon if the snow is up. So for Frostlass, Rotom Bridge and Milotic, they all have Blizzard, so they can utilize the snow very well. If I were to do this battle again, I would definitely use Frostlass more defensively, because all of Giovanni's Pokemon targeted Frostlass. So, I'm showing you Lance right now because for Lorelei, Bruno, and Agatha, I couldn't recover any footage about them. And we only have Lance and Blue. So, with Lance, I ended up using Mega Frostlass to deal with this Gyarados. And I also set up the Snow because it's just better against Dragon Pokemon. But unfortunately, he has a back caliber, so it's not as good as it could be. And surprisingly, I think Rotom did the best in this matchup. Also, Civilian was also pretty good with his matchup. He dealt with Bax Caliber very well. Originally I was trying to sack Rotom to this Aerodactyl, but as mentioned before, he was very good for this matchup because he's pretty bulky and managed to defeat Aerodactyl, which pretty much gave me the most trouble. So finally we have Blue. So Blue has 3 legendaries and 1 mythical, as well as a Venusaur and Ditto with Imposter. I didn't really have a good strategy to deal with his Pokemon. I just decided to switch in and out for counters to his Pokemon and see how it goes. I even tried to set up with Swirlich, but it didn't last very long against Mew. I tried to use Mega Froslass because that's pretty good against the other Pokemon. He has a Moltres and Articuno and Zapdos. I gave Froslass Thunderbolt to deal with Articuno if Rotom were to die. Also, Milotic was a good counter to Moltres. I tried to stay in to deal with Venusaur with Blizzard, but it died pretty soon. I was actually intending to use Cobblemon to beat it, but then he switched out, so I had to deal with Articuno. By this time I was pretty afraid of his Imposter Ditto because I didn't want him to get an Imposter on a pretty good Pokemon. So I was trying to switch in and out, like, carefully, because if you got 2 Mega Froslass, I'm pretty sure Froslass is my fastest Pokemon. In the end, I switched out to Sylveon to take out Articuno, but he switched into Venusaur. And surprisingly, he took down not only Venusaur, but Articuno as well. And he was left with Imposter Dodo. And the thing with that is that Corviknight can deal with the fairy type moves, and he was locked into Hyper Voice, and my Sylveon had Pixelate, so it was doing fairy type damage, and he was ending up using Struggle because of that. And this battle was anticlimactic because it just used Struggled and died in the end, which is, yeah, pretty anticlimactic. Okay, before I officially end off this video, I wanted to spin this wheel to see which type I will get, because I want to do a mono type challenge for Gen 2. So let's see what we get. Steel types are gonna be an interesting thing. Okay, well, that's the end of the video. See you guys later.